Media race baiting. Monday marked day one of the Derek Chauvin trial, and America has been watching. We know the major impact that George Floyd incident made across the country last summer. And will the outcome of the Chauvin trial create a greater one? Joining us now to discuss this is former NYPD Commissioner and Newsmax contributor Bernie Kerik, along with distinguished university professor at Truro College, Thane Rosenbaum. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Thane is also the author of the book Saving Free Speech from Itself. Chauvin, he was charged with second and third degree murder, second degree manslaughter. Thane, this question goes to you. If that doesn't classify as murder, then what does?
If it doesn't, well, in this instance, the issue here is intent, right? Did he show up to the crime scene intending to kill someone and make sure that they die through respiratory failure? That they know they don't have evidence for. It's as the police commissioner knows, the juries tend to be sympathetic that the police officers are arriving at the scene in a high crime neighborhood with a perhaps hostile crowd. So some of that could be defensive. So what they're really saying here is it's murder, but it's not deliberate. He didn't plan it. He didn't intend it happened, and he caused it, but it's not the same thing as first degree murder.
Commissioner, let me throw it to you and ask you, what was your take on the proceedings this week, having watched the trial?
Well, listen, I think it's a little politicized. It's a little, there's a whole bunch of media focus that under normal circumstances wouldn't be. But listen, they have to go through this process. I'm curious how the defense is going to get into how Mr. Floyd died. And that's going to be, I agree with everything Thane just said, but at the end of the day, what killed him? Did Chauvin kill Mr. Floyd, or did he die from something else? What's the medical examiner going to say? I think that's going to be a big part of what comes out in the end. And at the end of the day, there's three things. Did he violate the law? Did he violate policy? And what was the forensic exam? What did it prove?
Commissioner, I want to go to you, and then we'll go to you, Thane, because I want to just quickly talk about the House that passed the George Floyd Justice Policing Act. It states the bill establishes new requirements for law enforcement officers and agencies, including to report data on use of force incidents, to obtain training on implicit bias and racial profiling, and to wear body cameras. First, the defund the police agenda, and now police reform. I want to get your reaction.
In all honesty, all that stuff that you just read in most departments, especially bigger departments like the NYPD, LAPD, Dallas, Miami, those departments already do 95% of that stuff, and they've done it for years. The bottom line is, as these things happen, we go overboard. Communities go overboard. Mayors go overboard, and they try to tack on everything and anything they can. A lot of departments around the country, I'd say the majority of larger departments especially, they already do everything you just mentioned.
All right, Thane, I know that there was a soundbite that we want to play. It was basically, an emotional soundbite during the court case. Take a listen, then we'll have you react. We don't have the soundbite, but Thane, basically, the woman who George Floyd had been dating talked about, how they had done drugs together, and I know that the defense is saying that. Oh, we do. Let's listen to the soundbite.
Oh my.
All right, so Thane, it was an emotional week in court, right? We heard somebody who was dating George Floyd, or we now saw this gentleman who was crying. And what do you think? Do you think the defense has any sort of case based on the evidence, based on, testimony?
Well, look, it was emotional. I agree with the commissioner, made it very unusual. Normally, the judge doesn't let people testify to what they feel, just what they saw. And in this case, you saw a lot of emotion and a lot of feelings of guilt that they weren't able to intervene, and that they were trying to reason with the Chauvin to say, look, you're killing him. So that's, damaging testimony. The girlfriend's testimony basically says, yes, he was addicted to drugs, but he was addicted to prescription pills. And the idea there was to humanize him, to say, hey, this is not crack cocaine. Doesn't every family nowadays have someone who's addicted to painkillers? And that therefore he had a high tolerance for this. He didn't die of it. Look, they have a very high burden, the defense, but they're really going to need to show that in the end, as the commissioner said, he didn't die. It was an ugly scene with the knee, but he didn't die from that. He died of a drug overdose. He was highly agitated. He had heart disease. He had respiratory failure, had 3 clogged arteries, and he had COVID. And they're going to be their case. It's going to be about medical experts and toxicology. And they're going to say, ignore the 9.5 minutes. It's ugly, but it's proper police technique. Unfortunately, a lieutenant testified yesterday that he thought it was improper. And again, I guess I wonder what the commissioner has to say about that. But that's going to be their argument. Ignore the 9.5 minutes, because in the end, that's not what ultimately killed George Floyd.
Commissioner, we have about 30 seconds, but I know you're working on something for Newsmax magazine. Why don't you give us a quick 30-second elevator pitch?
Well, here's the deal. Everybody's heard about Hunter Biden's laptop and Hunter Biden's gun application, where it's been ignored by the mainstream media, and it looks like the Department of Justice. But in 2018, the Department of Justice sent Kodak Black, a rapper, to jail, a 20-year-old kid, for filling out the same application, the same exact application. One statement was a false statement. They put him in jail for 4 years. President Trump commuted his sentence last January. I'm dying to know why. You send a black kid, 20 years old, to prison for 4 years, and yet nobody's looking at Hunter Biden in that application.
Yeah, no, you're spot on, and we're excited to read your column. Commissioner Carrick, thank you so much. Thane Rosenblum, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.